Hello and welcome to Stampin' Fun and More. We are about a half hour early today. I have little visitors over, so yeah, I had to kind of do this early so I can get them a bath and get them to bed. And no, not every visitor that comes to my house gets a bath. Just the little ones. All right, so tonight, I've got 3 cards in mind. So we're going to exercise our crafting muscles. We're going to grab our little die cut machines and do some bicep curls. You know, get the other one going here. Maybe do some stretches, you know, some chair limbo, whatever. Just to get our muscles moving, our memory muscles moving, so that we can craft the night away. Okay, so we're only going to be crafting for about an hour or so. But with that said, let's get going on making cards tonight. Let's see. I actually have to pull out everything because I was just letting my inspiration take me. So I'm just going to come over here real quick. I want to make sure that I'm actually live. And after I do that, I'm going to just grab some cardstock. And let's find my live feed. So if you're joining, please say hello. Let me know where you're joining from. Also, if this is your first time here, let me know that. I'd like to welcome you. And let's see. Oh, well, that's not working. Trying to get this. There we go. Now I can see comments. All right. So I am a bit tired today, so that's why I don't really have anything prepped up. Like I said, those little munchkins, they were actually here last night, and I'm actually really tired. So bear with me as I try to think things through. I don't want that color. I wanted Daffodil Delight is what I wanted. And some Old Olive. And some, let's see, Mossy Meadow. So sorry, I'm ducking out of the way here to get my cardstock because I didn't have it ready. All right. So I said Daffodil Delight. And you get to actually see the whole thing from start to finish. So I will be doing all the measurements, all the cutting right from the get-go. So it's like I never even had the projects in mind. Okay, I really did, but I just didn't prep all my stuff ahead of time. I was pretty busy at work today. Who else was busy at work? I tell you what wasn't busy, the internet. Oh my gosh. Everything was so slow today. Anyone else have that problem at work? Oh, it was horrible. I couldn't even get my hump day lunch break from yesterday uploaded because it was so slow. All right, I need a piece of black probably. And let's see, I need some, this first card that we're going to make is probably one of my more favorite cards. It just came to me. I was thinking about, June is coming up pretty quick and we probably need to have a Father's Day card. Or if you don't need a Father's Day card, you can make it a happy birthday card. And you can give it to anyone. It's not gender specific. So, all right. Yeah, let's just start with that one. I want black and daffodil. I need one more piece of daffodil, sorry. Because I'm going to show you how to use some really fun dies. And these dies are actually our feature for our Studio Card Club for June. All right, so let's just get some of our paperwork out of the way. Yeah, we'll start with this one. Okay. The cardstock kind of here. I'm going to flip my camera down. So if you get dizzy, please close your eyes for a moment. I'll let you know when to open them. Okay, you can open them. You get to see part of my messy, messy desk. All right. So here is our card club for June. It is the Meant to Be bundle. It features dies and a stamp set. So here is a stamp set and here is the dies. Now the dies and stamp set are not part of the card club that you have to have. So if you have something similar, you can use something similar, but we'll be using both of these things for the card making. What's really super exciting about this one, they're all fun folds. So in Studio Card Club, you make 8 cards. I give you the envelopes. I give you designer series paper, embellishments, ribbon. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. Now, those of you who are in club, if you want to be surprised, close your eyes. I'll tell you when to open them again. So this is one of our cards. I'm going to show you all the fun folds here. And all the directions, instructions, supply list, everything you need is in the club. All right, this is a really fun one too. All right, one more card. I'm just going to put it over there. And here's our last card. All right, so you'll get everything that you need to complete these. The only thing you will not have is the dies required to cut out the bees and this hexagon. That will all be something that you need to have. Everything else, though, the stylish shaped circle, the little nested essentials die, everything else will be already cut and prepped for you. And again, you get to make 2 of each card. So yay. And again, it's a fun fold. So this month is really, June is really our fun month. We've got a lot of fun things planned for the summer. So I wanted to really kick it off with this fun fold card club. All right. Card club is a, you can do a 1 month or you can do a monthly subscription. When you subscribe to card club for 6 months, I automatically send you a goodie bag of product. It's $25 in value, and I send it directly to you in your 7th month. So after 6 consecutive months, you will get your gift from me. But it has to be consecutive months. So, all right. Then we're going to talk about our summer palooza. So Sherry and I have gathered together again and put our brains together. And we have come up with some amazing, amazing projects for this. So Summer Palooza has 2 featured stamp sets and dies. So really the bundles. You don't necessarily have to have them, but I really recommend it. So the Cheers and Sips is one of them. Really fun cards. In fact, we're going to make a card tonight with the Cheers and Sips. And then the other one is our Notes and Totes. And I have the dies right here. You definitely need the dies for this one. So make sure to add it to your registration because we will be making some really fun projects. I'm not going to show you the projects because I want you to be surprised. But let me tell you, for each of the bundles, we are doing 8 cards. 8 different cards. Yep, you heard it right. 8 different cards for each one. So give you a little bit of a peek on our Notes and Totes. Here are the 8 different cards. Now you only get a little snippet of them. And then for our Cheers and Sips, these are a little snippet of the 8 cards you'll make here. You'll get everything that you need to make these cards. However, you will need, again, the stamp set and the coordinating dies. All right, so you can add it on. You can order it from yourself. If you're a demonstrator, you're welcome to take our retreat. You can get the full retreat, which includes both retreat packages, or you can get a half a Palooza, which is either the Notes and Totes or Cheers and Sips. So I recommend the full Palooza because full Palooza registrants are going to be getting some extra special pillow gifts from us. Anyone that orders half a Palooza, well, you're still going to get pillow gifts. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. You will. It's just if you order the full retreat, we are going to be sending you some extras. Also, if you register for the retreat by June 1st, you will be getting a special little embellishment package that I'm going to put together for you. It'll be a mix and match of some retired things, but they're all brand new packages of things. And I'm going to put a little thank you together for the early bird registers. You'll also get everything in a tote. So a tote will be sent to you. And we do have an online only version. So the online only version, you'll have access to the exclusive Facebook group that we're going to have. You'll have access to those videos and all the different presentations we make. But you will not get the retreat package. And just trying to think. Yeah, you'll not get the retreat package, but you'll be able to win prizes and just check out all the videos. So this is a really great option for those of you that are demonstrators that are watching and would like to see how we've put our creative little brains together and come up with some really great projects for you. So if you're not on my email list, get on my email list because that's how you'll get the link and the information. Otherwise, I'll leave this here for a moment. This is the link. Okay. Now, I've tried to put this in Facebook, and sometimes Facebook, deletes my post. It doesn't like Constant Contact links for some reason. Constant Contact is a company I use for my email and my events. So it's not a spam website or anything else. It's a very valid, secure website. But I don't know, Facebook doesn't always like it. So I will try to put the Constant Contact link in. Otherwise, on Facebook, you'll see posts with a little bit.ly link. And it will say, like, I think it's My Summer Palooza or MS Summer Palooza. But you should see that and you should be able to click on that. So I know there was a post already out there. I'll be posting it weekly. So if you miss that post and can't go and find it, you'll find it the next week. So look for Monday posts and I will have those information then. If not, check your email because I've already sent the first email out to register for this. Again, early bird registers, June 1st. If you register by June 1st, you're going to get an extra embellishment package with this. We are also offering to people who attend the retreat 2 optional add-on classes. And those add-on classes, you will be getting the stamp set included in that class. There's 4 cards. We cut everything for you. If there's some ribbon or twine or whatever, we'll throw it in there. You need to have your own embellishments. The projects I made are actually featuring the embellishments that are in the Notes and Totes retreat. And I think Sherry's were featuring the embellishments from the Cheers and Sips. But for each of these 2 retreats here, the 2 retreat bundles, you do get a half package of designer series paper. You get a full bolt of ribbon, a full embellishment, and again, the 8 different card kits. We will be doing live presentations on how to make each of those 8 cards. So don't miss out on that. Sherry's done 4. I've done 4. And then we'll have some other like product showcases and just some tips and tricks, all sorts of fun. And we'd love for you to interact with us and have a good time. We're doing it actually during the week this year. So instead of doing it on a weekend, I mean, we all like to spend our time off on the weekends with our family and friends and just doing fun things. So we're doing it in the middle of the week. So we're going to do it on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe. And it's the 15th through the 17th. We'll kick it off in the morning. We'll have some posts throughout the day. Sherry's going to do some videos throughout the day. Mine are mostly going to be in the evening. I'll try to sneak some in during the day. But for me, because I do work a full-time job, it works easier for me to do mine in the evening. But yeah, lots of fun things to be throughout those 3 days. You're going to get lots of ideas and you'll be able to come back and watch those videos for 30 days on Facebook. We'll also be copying those videos up and giving you the link to those videos. So you always have them to go back to. All right, let's get started on our first card. Should I show you what the card looks like? Do you want to see it first or do you want to be surprised by it? All right, we'll kind of split it up. I'll show you this one first because I don't have the other ones made. So I can show you one first and then the other ones will just go as we go. All right. I thought the Sips and Cheers would make a really fun Bloody Mary card. And the reason I came up with that idea is the coordinating paper that goes with it reminded me of Bloody Marys. I don't know why, but this paper just kind of reminded me of Bloody Marys. Oh, and this is the half of the cardstock that you get, or the half of the Designer Series paper pack that you get in the Cheers and Sips retreat package. You get a half package of this. All right, so I'm actually not going to be using my Designer Series paper today. If you're wondering how that Designer Series paper looks and what you can do with it, watch yesterday's video. Yesterday I had a card that I did, I believe it was using the Sips and Cheers. I don't even remember. It seems like 5 days ago. All right, and I don't have it handy. Yeah, I haven't loaded it up to YouTube yet either, and that won't even happen now until tomorrow. So, oh, I think this might be the card. Yeah, here it is. I found it. So here is the card I made using the Sips and Cheers Designer Series paper. Tonight we're going to be using the Boho Vibes paper. This is the Designer Series paper that we're featuring in a Notes and Totes retreat. So you get a half package of this. So there's quite a bit of paper here. But for tonight, let's go ahead and get this piece here. And I'm going to show you how I made my little Bloody Mary here. And I don't know about you. My Bloody Marys have to pretty much come with a dinner. I'm not a really big Bloody Mary fan. I really don't like tomato juice. However, if you have all the fixings in it, I'm all over that. We used to, in fact, for football games, we used to make Bloody Marys for the parents that were doing, you know, the concession stands and everything else like that. When they had their break, they could go have a Bloody Mary. And we would put in, oh my gosh, patty pan squash, dilly, pickled dilly green beans. We'd put in like, you know, the mozzarella cheese sticks. Well, not mozzarella, whatever, you know, cheese sticks, and then a little piece of sausage with it. And then what else would we put in? Oh, we put some olives in there. Whatever we happen to have, we would throw in. So you pretty much got a salad bar with your Bloody Mary. Some people just had, you know, Bloody Mary, no alcohol. Other people, when they were off duty, had a little alcohol. So it was always fun. All right, let's go ahead and start making this card. So the first thing I did is I took, oh, I forgot to share this. All right, I'll share that with the next card. I have my Old Olive and my Mossy Meadow and my Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to take my Old Olive here, and I'm going to just cut this in half. And so I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. So it's going to be 4 1/4 by 11. All right. And I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. And Beth, I completely forgot to mail out your box. It will go out this weekend, I promise. I have dedicated my weekend to being here at home, doing all the stuff I haven't done for the last month. So everything will be getting out of the house. I'm clearing some things out. I'm getting some new furniture. So, yeah, I got to do a big cleanup job here. All right, then we have a piece of Old Olive that we're going to cut by 5 1/4 by 4. And when I'm cutting cardstock, I'm going to give you a little trick that I always do, is even though I need one piece, I'm going to go ahead and cut down this full cardstock to 4 pieces right away. Because I know I'll need this again for some other card. So if I have it all ready to go, it's one less thing I have to do when I get, you know, in a creative role. I hate having to always cut my cardstock down, so I like to be prepared. So whenever I'm cutting a piece, I try to always do that. So here's what it ends up looking like. I got these little holders from IKEA. All right, and I know I don't have it full, so that's why my paper is falling over. So what I've done here is I've made little labels from some old scrap cardstock. I use my label maker, and I put, you know, the in colors, the brights, the subtles, neutrals. So what I'll do is I'll take my Old Olive now, and I'll just plunk it into my Regal section here, and there we go. So now I have some other card pieces already cut and ready to go the next time I need them. I do that with my card bases too. So like this card base, I'll go ahead and put in another little container I have. And I found those containers at IKEA. And I just go ahead and score it. Now, it's depending on how you like to sort your colors. I like to sort my color family. It just makes it easier for me to find things. So then I just put it in right by color family. And I have my card bases all ready to go. So some are 4 1/4 by 11. Some are 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. They're all folded in half, so I have them ready to go. All right. Now I need a piece of Daffodil Delight. This needs to be cut at 4 1/8. So I'm actually going to do my 3 1/8 and then my 4 1/8. So here's my 3 1/8 and my 4 1/8. All right. So these are my 3 pieces so far. Now I need my designer series paper. And I thought I pulled it off to the side here. I did. All right. So just pick and choose what aspect you want of your designer series paper. I want this corner here. So I'm going to cut this at 3 inches wide. All right. So now I have another 3-inch piece to use for another card. And then I'm going to trim it off at 4 inches. Again, trim it down however you'd like to get what other colors you're showing. Now, that is my base. So let's get going on making our Bloody Mary here. Just gotta find my white cardstock. Let's put this card over here. I have a chunk of white already here. All right, here we go. All right, cheers and sips. Where did you go? And I need my dies. Oh, well, this is not helpful. Oh, it's because I have everything out already. All right, that's good. Shoo. Now, where did my dies go? I just shared them with you, so they couldn't have gone far. It's probably over on my right side, because I tend to put things on my right side instead of my left. All right, here we go. All right, so let's get stamping here. I am going to stamp my... I'm going to stamp my stuff in Memento Black, because I would be using my blends to color in. All right. So I've got my little stem there for my olives. I should have done some of this ahead of time because we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So it's not going to go as fast as I had planned. And then I need 3 olives. I'm going to grab my top of my celery and I'm going to stamp that with my Mossy Meadow. Now, usually I say don't use your classic ink pad when you're going to be using your blends, but this actually works out well because it kind of blends in some of that color, and I'm okay with that. And then the last thing I have to stamp is my lemon here. So I just need to find my, I use crushed curry, but if I don't find that stamp pad, I'll have to just use my Daffodil Delight. Oh, there. We'll just use Daffodil Delight. All right. So here's my Daffodil Delight. And we're just going to stamp that right there. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to do my coloring and then I'll go ahead and die cut everything. So I have my light and dark daffodil here. And I'm going to color my dark daffodil around the rim of my lemon here. So it's just a little bit lighter than that stamp pad. Is this light? Oh, I'm sorry. This is Lemon Lolly. Sorry, I got my colors mixed up. So I use my Daffodil stamp pad and my Lemon Lolly and light daffodil. All right, so this is light daffodil. That's what I wanted to use first, and I messed it up. So there we go. I'm going to take my light lemon lolly. Sorry, dark lemon lolly. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to leave a little bit of that white in between those wedges. It doesn't have to be perfect, because it'll still look pretty good. I don't know if you can hear the little hooting and hollering down there. Just disregard it. All right. Sorry, I ate some very salty food for dinner and I am just thirsty. All right. Now, to color our tomato juice here, I'm going to start with my Cajun Craze. And I am just going to give some color right here. All right. I'm just kind of being rough with it, not. All right, so we got that. I'm going to take my light Cajun Craze. I know you're like, oh, but it's not Bloody Mary like color. And if my Bloody Mary was that color, I wouldn't drink it. Just hang on. We're not near finished. Because I'm going to add some real red to this. It gives it a little bit of a different color. It's not red. It's not this Cajun Craze. It's a nice little blend of colors. And I thought it was really pretty cool for a Bloody Mary. All right. So you can see I had this little area that's a little bit lighter in there. That's because I didn't blend everything together. All right, so we're going to add our real red now. So I'm just going to come through and just add that in. I'm going to also come through and use my fine tip, my chisel side, and go along the edge where that dark Cajun craze was. All right. I really want it to be a little bit more red than it was. All right, so you can kind of see the reds and browns. All right, now we're going to just go ahead and blend it all together again. So I'm going to take my light Cajun craze. I'm going to use my brush end here, and I'm going to pull that red into the other area. Okay, if I need to go back and add a little bit more red, I can. So I think over here I need a little bit more red. So I'm just going to grab the brush end and kind of, ooh, my brush end is pretty bad on this one. All right. And then I'm just blend it all together. Okay, there we go. So it just has a little bit of different look. Now this one I probably used a little bit more red than I did on this one. That's all right. It'll lighten up as it dries. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Old Olive here so I can color my olives. Pretty convenient. We have a color called Old Olive, hey? All right. I'm just going to do this. All right. I'm going to come in with my light. And I'm going to just blend that dark together here. So I'm going to pull the dark into the white area, and that's what's going to blend it for me. And this one is almost at its end of life. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and color our greens for our celery. Now in this one, I am just kind of coloring up the middle with my dark Old Olive. All right. And then we'll take our light Old Olive and we'll fill in the other areas. Again, just blending some of that darker into the white areas so it's not so stark, you know, it's not so predominant. That's the word I was looking for, predominant. And you'll have to excuse me, it's allergy season, so now I'm stuffed up from allergies. Got rid of all the cold and all those infections I had with sinus and everything. Now I just got allergies. It's just fun. It's fun being, you know, an allergy walking person. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and get all this die cut out and we'll assemble our card. So the only other thing I need is a strip of basic white, 1/2-inch strip of basic white. All right, here's my die cut machine. Where did I put my plates? Again, I was doing things kind of haphazardly all day, just in between breaks and stuff, and I didn't really have all my stuff set out like I normally do. So just bear with me. Okay, it's not any different than when I have to search for something because I don't know where I put it. Just pretend it's one of those. Oh, Beth lost her stuff again. I really didn't. Again, I was putting things away, so I'm pretty sure I probably put this away. That kind of looks like I did. All right. So, with that being put away, we'll just go to our little bin here and pull it back out. All right, here we go. Oops. Wrong plate. All right. Little plates, where are you? Where are you? All right. And if all else fails, I'll just grab a new plate. Okay. So, I'm going to take this, and I'll put it this way so you can see what I'm doing here. Actually, I think I'm just going to trim this down a bit, make it easier to go into my die cut machine. There we go. Okay. we'll turn it this way. And I do have to really keep an eye on my time tonight. My husband is downstairs with the babies, but he has something he has to go and do a little bit later. So I need to make sure I'm back down there. All right. That we'll have to do later. And now I'm just laying out my pieces so I can do this. Cooper, I hope Daddy fed you. All right. Now, normally I would tape this down, but I'm trying to do things quickly here. So I'm really hoping, this one I'm going to have to tape down. All right. Really hoping they stay where I put them. Here we go. So it's kind of funny. My husband must be trying to teach them a word because he keeps saying it. And it's really funny because, like, he doesn't just say a word. He, like, puts emphasis on part of the word. So, like, strawberry, it's strawberry. And right now it's football. That's what he's saying down there. He doesn't do baby talk anymore. You know, how some people do baby talk. I mean, we did for a little bit, but, you know, trying to get them to say their words. They're going to be 2 in June. It's not that they're behind, but, you know, when you have 2, it's really hard to give them one-on-one attention. It's a real challenge, just saying. We try, but it doesn't always work that well. Okay, so we're almost done here. I really should tape that down, but we'll give it a go. All right. Plate. I'm hoping that pick turns out right. I think the other stuff will be fine. It's just that pick I'm worried about. Yeah, no, it didn't work. It completely slid. All right. So I'm just going to quick restamp that again. Because it's not even doable. All right, let's see. Where's the black and where's the pick? Here it is. All right. My black Stampin. Here we go. Boy, I sure hope my other projects go faster and quicker, you know, more smooth than this one is. And this is the one I already had, you know, designed and prepped, didn't have to think about. Okay. It happens. I may end up doing individual videos to move them up to YouTube. I don't know. You know, I don't know if my YouTube folks like to watch long videos. I have a feeling they don't. But I'm not sure. I get a lot more views on my hump day lunch breaks. And I really do truly believe it's because they're shorter. So sometimes I think I'm going to like divide up when I'm doing this. And just do the 3 cards as individual videos and not do all the chit chat. However, all the chit chat is important because I want to know what's going on in your life. You get to hear whatever stories I have going. I don't have too much story because, well, they exhausted us last night. They were just wild, screaming, out of sorts. They were not happy babies last night. So, needless to say, we got very little sleep. Okay, so now I'm going to take, I had to grab another stamp set out because I want to do a Father's Day card. So I'm going to grab my Happy Father's Day from my Trusty Tools. Trusty Tools is still available. I know, shock, right? But it is still available, and so are the dies. So we're going to grab, ooh, and I have a feeling that's not going to be long enough. So let's go over here to my handy stack of scraps. Here we go. I need a 1/2 inch strip. Now this is not one of the classes to go. This is just our crafting fun, stretching our crafting muscles. Some of you that may have joined later didn't get to see the bicep curls I was doing with my die cut machine. I did it with a small one. All right, so let's go ahead and get our Happy Father's Day. Again, if you don't need a Father's Day, you could do a birthday. So let's just go ahead and stamp this right here. Cover that up. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to just angle it Just a little bit. All right. So we got that done. Let's get our pieces together here. My handy dandy. Oh my goodness. Oop. This one's almost out again, so it's going to give me a little challenge to run through. Never fails at the end of those, that seal, it just, for whatever reason, doesn't want to play nice. Now, I'm going to adhere my Designer Series paper to that piece of daffodil, but before I actually put it down on my card base, I'm going to wrap around some of my linen thread, and then I'm going to pop it on dimensionals. All right, so there we go. Oh, they're cracking me up. You should like hear them down there. It's so funny. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Trim it off. And now let's just tie a little bow. My little trick for linen thread, or when I'm using baker's twine or really fine things, I like to tie a knot. I find it much easier than to go back and tie my bow if I have a knot to start with. There we go. All right. I'll move that to be about where I want. And let's see which is the longer one. Tie our bow. And I'm going to actually leave my tails rather long on here. We're going to use a big loopy bow and have my tails nice and long. I'm going to trim that one down just a little. All right. I'm going to move it out to the side. We'll grab our dimensionals. All right. Do I need a new pack? Nope. I have some right here. All right. Yeah, I was really excited when I came up with this card. I'm like, I really love this card. It turned out great. You know, every once in a while you have those, ooh, I love it cards. I can tell you I've had a number of, oh, well, it'll do cards. It happens. All right. Let's get going on this. Let's take our liquid glue here. I'm going to adhere my liquid glue. I could probably take my large one. You know what? We're going to use the large one because this one I think is clogged. And I don't have a little safety pin right here. I use a safety pin to unclog my glues because that way I can hold on to one end better. All right, so I put that right there. I don't even know where my finished card went. There it is. And we'll put this on a little bit of an angle right there. We're going to take our little olive pick here, and I'm going to use some glue dots for my olives. I found that it was the easiest way to get those on. So just take it right to the strip of my glue dot here. Give it a nice little press. All right. So, oh, I forgot to color my little pimentos in there. Who does not like pimentos in their olives? Inquiring minds, just asking. To me, it doesn't matter. Olives are olives. I love olives. So, black olives, green olives, doesn't matter to me. Although the only olives I don't like are the blue cheese stuffed olives. I don't know if you're a blue cheese fan or not, but blue cheese smells like dirty, stinky feet, and I can't stand it. All right. And for good measure, I'm just going to put another glue dot right on the bottom here to make sure that these stay in place. All right. So put that right here. And who doesn't like a ton of olives in their Bloody Marys? Okay, yeah. So Caden has learned to climb out of the playpen. Because I really don't stay here all that often overnight. So we don't worry about cribs. So anyways, he has learned to climb to the top of the playpen. And you know how the playpen is like rectangular? He will like lay half his body on one side and here and get stuck. Yeah. And then he's freaked out because he can't get down. Doesn't know what to do. Yeah. Stinker butt. Yeah. So that was part of the waking up in the middle of the night. I think that was a 2 o'clock one. I don't know. There was a 2, a 4, a 4:30. Yeah, it was just a rough night. All right. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to take I die cut my, I thought I die cut my lemon. Didn't I? Hopefully is why I try to find all my pieces. I don't know where they went. Here it is. Found it. All right, so I'm going to take a mini dimensional on the one side of my lemon. I'm going to put that right down here, just like that. I'm going to take my little Father's Day, and I'm just going to put it right across the front. So I'm going to put 2 small dimensionals right at the end, so it has a little bit of support. Which we'll put right across there like that. Ta-da! And now let's add our embellishments. So the embellishments I am using are also a part of our Notes and Totes retreat. And again, you can get both the Notes and Totes and the Cheers and Sips in your retreat box. It's a full palooza. Otherwise, you can get a half a palooza and you select which bundle you want. All right, I am looking for my Take a Pic tool, but I don't see it. Okay, we'll just use fingers. All right, so I'm going to use, the other one I use that one. I'm going to use some of my cloud cover this time. Oop, oop, oop. Oop, oop, sticking to my fingers. I didn't, so if you notice, I'm au naturel with my nails. I've been doing yard work, and I don't want to have nice pretty nails all ruined in the yard. All right, so there we go. Fun, fun, fun. If you wanted to like brighten this up, you could add some Wink of Stella to it. All right, so let's get this one cleared up so we can get the next card. I'm hoping I get all 3 cards in here before 7:30. I don't know. We'll see. It's not looking good. Just saying. All right, but I need to get all my pieces in place because I don't want to lose any. Let's get all our stamps in place because I don't want to lose any of those either. And I have my, where'd it go? Here it is. Oh, I got to clean them. Clean, clean, clean. So, and I apologize if you ever hear me say, clean up, clean up. Sorry, it's how we get our grandchildren to clean up. You got to make a song out of it. Everything has to be a song. And they'll pay attention to you and love you and listen to you. If you just speak to them, yeah, they'll just ignore you. So if you ever go, clean up, yeah, you know why. You know, there's points in life when you don't even realize that you're going to be doing things like that. This is one of those. I was doing something during a meeting. It was just a meeting with my team. It wasn't, you know, anything I really had to worry about. And I started saying something, and they're like, Beth, that would be what you say to a baby. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I said, let me rephrase that. It was just, it was something about like eating your lunch and eating your dinner. And it's just, they made a lot of fun of me. It's okay. People can make fun of me. Now, the only piece I'm missing is that one. And it wasn't a block. Okay, I got this one. I thought it was on a block with my glass, but, oh no, that's right. I took it off so I could stamp it otherwise. And, oh, it's on the other side. Hee, found it. Told you guys I had to break down and start a new chamois the other day. Yeah. Some of your stuff, craft supplies does not last forever. Just saying. Like if you hoard your embossing powders and stuff like that, they do not last for years and years and years. I'm saying. Yes, they'll last, but no, they won't be as vibrant and as pretty as when you first bought them. So use your stuff up. You know, if you have a lot of light coming in your window, your paper is going to fade. So just make sure you're using your things. Don't let it go to waste. Use it, send them out. All right. Okay. Next card. Let's put this in my case here. Next card is going to feature the bundle that we're going to be using in our June stamp. Sorry, I was just going to put it like, in our June Studio Card Club. So Studio Card Club is where you get all the supplies to make 8 cards. There's 4 different designs. You get 2 of each. Again, this was the fun fold that I told you about. So you got a sneak peek of those. Yeah, they, you know, they're happy squeals though. Casey's angry squeals. Oh my gosh, we went through that. We played Grandma Wins last night, and Grandma almost did not win. That's scary. She was getting so loud. So on occasion, when she throws her temper tantrums, I throw them with her. And usually the end result is she just goes and gives up, and then she just starts giggling. Yeah, no, last night that was not the case. Although I did get her to stop, and she started giggling, but then she started up again. I'm like, oh my gosh, child. But I think she was gassy, and I think that was her issue last night. She wasn't trying to be mean to me or anything. I mean, that's, you know, they don't do that. Anyway, she was just an unhappy girl. Okay, so what I need to do here is I just need to grab an envelope. And the reason I'm grabbing an envelope is because I want to make sure which of these hexagon dies will fit in there. I think this one's going to be too big, but we'll see. Oh my goodness. Yes, too big. I think this one right here will work. Yes, it will. Okay, so that's the one we're going to use. So the second largest. All right, we're going to take a piece of our daffodil here, and I want this at the top. So what I'm going to do, let me bring my trimmer in, and I am going to just really see what size this is. So this is 4 inches. Okay, so I need to make sure that this is 8 inches. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 4 inches here. It's a little over 8, so. All right. I'm not really worried about that. You'll see in just a minute why. Okay, and I apologize. I forgot to turn off my notifications, so I'm getting all sorts of text messages. It happens. It's probably my husband telling me to hurry. Although, well, I suppose he really can't walk upstairs. All right, so here we go. Sorry, I got to pull out the large die cut machine here. Let's just see if I can get this in better. Now, take all this. So I've got my little shim, my base plate 1, and my 2 cutting plates number 3. I've got my fold right here. So what I'm going to do is take my die, and that cutting edge I'm just going to put just above the fold. All right, I should have really trimmed this down, but I'm being kind of lazy. All right, so I want that just above the fold. And you know, I am going to cut it down because let's just be truthful here. We want it to work well, and I don't want to have to repeat myself. Yeah, that's what I meant. All right, so this is going to be by, so I've got 4 by 4.5. We'll use that piece for some scraps in a moment. But we're making our card base right now. So then we want to have this at the top. So I'm just going to set that in like that. Now, to be on the safer side, there are 2 edges that get cut. This top one and this inside one. So it's that inside one that we need to have above our fold. All right, I am just going to grab a piece of Post-it note tape and just put that right here because I want to make sure I'm not cutting into it. All right, so let's go ahead and run this through. And, all right.
It's a little tough because I'm using a double layer there, but we'll run it through. Move that off to the side because we'll be using it again. All right, take off our little tape. Shoot. All right. So now we've got this excess piece there, which is fine. And now you have this, okay? Now, I'm going to take a piece of black and, you know what? We'll just take the next size down. We're just going to make kind of a mini little card here. And this one, all right, which is the same size as that one. We're going to do this one in black, and then we'll do this one in yellow. All right, so let's grab, I think I have a scrap of black this. Where's my black? Hi, Cooper. Were they screaming too loud for you, huh? Were they making too much noise for you? Yeah? Okay, no, I'm on Cooper, no. No kisses right now. So I bent over to my bin to get my cardstock, and my dogs decided that, oh, it's time for Mom to play. No, it's really not. All right. So I'm going to cut, I said this one, and I need another one right away. And this one. So I'm going to do these two right away. I'm just doing a bunch of layers right now. Well, let's see. Oh, this one right here is not this. This one is going to be my designer series paper, which is where I had one sheet. One little sheet left. Well, not one sheet left, but a sheet. All right, let's get this one cut, and we're going to get our layers kind of centered on there, and then I'll figure out what size that one has to be. And I think I grabbed the wrong size again. You know what? We're going to do both of these. All right, let's see. Oh, get in there. You'll see it as it comes through. All right. Now again with these, you get an outside piece and an inside piece. All right, so let's take this into our card base. I know I've got a lot of stuff out right now. All right. Okay. So we can do this layer, and then this is the size that I want to use over here. So that was this one. Now on this, I'm just kind of trying to center my little bees. Yes, he is taking shelter from them. Yeah. I'm going to do my little bees, make sure they're centered in there. And I am going to keep that little back part because that's going to be kind of an accent piece. Again, this one's just kind of winging it by the seat of my pants. I've seen another card that I got the inspiration from by Brian King. And I just glanced at it really quick. I didn't take notes or anything. And so we're just going to play. Again, we're using our crafting muscles today. Exercising our brain and our body at the same time. And, okay, that one only cut that piece. Why? Oh, it's right there. I'm like, I know I should have another piece. Where did it go? All right, and again, I really do need my take-a-pick tool. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, it's right here. How do you like that? Okay. All right. Now, I really wonder if I use a smaller piece, will that fit in my envelope? It actually will. No. This larger piece. I'm just trying to see. I really want this inside to fit. Okay, it will. Rock on. All right, I'm going to grab one more piece of black then. Actually, you know what we'll do? We're going to use, I don't know what we're going to use. I should have used this one for my largest. All right. We're just going to go with what we have. I'm going to do another card probably tomorrow because, like I said, the grandkids are here. So take that. And we have this one. Now, if I use this piece, it's going to cover up that black, I believe. No, we'll see a little bit of that black. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do that. Let me sit back down on my chair. Right. We'll get all these pieces together. So, let's see. All right. Okay. Black on daffodil. All right. Just make sure you know which way your card opens. All right. Then we're going to do our small piece here. And to adhere it, I'm just going to put little tiny dots of glue. I'm not going to put like a line, because what I found is with this, it will leave like big, like, it'll ooze out, is what I'm trying to say. So by just putting a bunch of little dots, it's less likely to ooze. Just saying. Okay. All right, and it's just going to be a tad smaller. I'm not worried that the glue is on the inside there. That's going to get covered. All right. We're going to take this and put it right on that black. I would be using the bees, and we're going to go ahead and slide that up. We're going to be popping those up. So let's see, where's my white? Should be able to use that. All right. Meant to be, where are you? There it is. You know, I hate when I do that. I mean, I know why I do it, but I hate when I do that, because then I don't know where I put the darn set. Okay, it's not there. It's not there. Oh, and I'm getting the timer here that I'm not going to be able to do a third card. All right, because I can't even find the stamp set. Here it is. I'm just not going to have time. Oh, look. And let's say, okay, so I stamped my little body in daffodil, and then I stamped it in black. So let me show you the pieces that I used for it. So I used this small one in daffodil, and I used the small bee butt in black. And then I just need to do my, what do you call those things? Wings. And we're going to do it in Pool Party. Oh, my goodness. All right, now if you had the bee builder punch, you could easily use that as well. I am going to use this. We're going to use our bee here. Where's my, as I just put my finger in there. All right, I just need one bee wing here. And let's see. I don't remember what it. I don't remember what the these are. What this says. Oh, be mine. I think. I don't know. I don't remember what it says. Let me go look. All right. All right, so the two little words here are hive and, oh, our hive is what it says. I'm not going to use that. I don't think it's not really what I want to say. So, all right, we're going to grab one flower. I'm going to stamp that in Petunia Pop. So I'm going to actually do 1 and 2. All right. Okay, and that's really all I want to do. On the inside here, I would have another white hexagon. I'm not going to have time to do that. So we're just going to get these cut. We need a little face on our bee, though. Because, I mean, what is a bee without a little cute little face, right? All right, so I've got this little happy face here. And now I could either have the bee go that way, or I could have the bee go this way, kind of like that one is. But since I only am die cutting one set of wings, I'm going to have it go on my side. And let's get this die cut. So these are our small wings here, and we're going to use our flower. Small wings and flower. Oh, come on. That tape is sticking to my die. All right. And so I'm going to show you this little thing here. So with your wings, when you're die cutting these, look through the openings in your die and just line up that stamped area. Okay, that's how that one lays. Then for your flower, you just need to kind of rotate your die around until it fits your flower. Okay. Oh, is that good? No. So sometimes you just need to kind of look at it. Sometimes you can eyeball it pretty quick, but other times I have found just rotating it will tell me where to go. And maybe not, because I'm trying to show you something. There we go. All right. Stop sticking to me. All right. I think my little flower is going to get cut off here, but we'll just go with it. Should have stamped it in the middle, but I did not. So we may end up cutting out both flowers. Yeah, the other card I'm going to do takes a little bit, so just look for a video later over the weekend. I'll pop one out there. Like I said, I'm just going to be cleaning and purging all weekend, so I don't plan to be away. At least those are my plans. You know, sometimes I don't get to make my plans. Does anyone else have that experience? That someone else makes your plans for you? All right. Okay, so we've got our little wings here. And now I can put little dots of glue on there to hold it in place, or I can just use a dimensional. I'll put a little dot of glue, but I probably still will have a dimensional back there. All right, so here we go. We're going to put his wings a little bit like that. All right. I'll pick them up, flip them over, and we're going to grab some dimensionals. And when I grab a dimensional, I'm just going to make sure I get that center wing there. I think if we just do that, we'll be good. All right. So we're going to just put it right over that other one that was there. We're going to take our two flowers, and I'm going to just kind of tuck them underneath my bee, like that. Let's just put a little bit of glue on them. And just turn them so they sit tucked under there. All right. Now, you just need to add a little bling to get that to pop out a little bit. So I'm going to pull in our in color shiny gems, and we're going to put some centers on our flower. So I think I'm going to, I want to do the blue. I think I'm going to really kind of make it pop out more, and we'll use the Summer Splash. All right, and now I just need a quick little sentiment, because I don't have a lot of sentiments in here that will work. I've got love this life, cute as can be, we are meant to be. It's not really what the sentiment was that I was going for when I was making this card. So I'm going to pull in my with you in mind. And I am just going to say, thinking of you. And because our card is, I mean, it's, you know, here's the, where did the envelope go? Okay, here's a regular card base. So I have room to kind of put this off to the side if I want. But, you know, it's going to cover up that cute little bee. Let's go to a different stamp set. Let's go ahead and go with, oh, here we go, our sweet jar. I'll just grab my happy birthday from there. We'll grab my 1/2-inch strip from right here. And I'll go ahead and stamp. If I can get it out, happy birthday. So this stamp set is one we're featuring in our birthday series class, which is the 3rd Thursday of each month for the next 3 months. So if you missed week 1, go back and watch it. And then I will have 3 more weeks so you can get some ideas. I have lots and lots of ideas. And then when you purchase a stamp set, you are all set to go. All right. With the sweet jars, that's a bundle with a bundle with the, sorry, I can't talk and think, and I'm obviously not exercising my crafting muscles well, or I am so much that I can't talk and exercise at the same time. I'm just going to trim this down a bit more. All right. That gives me a chance to kind of put it in different spots. So I'm just going to do my happy birthday like that. I'll just go ahead and use my seal. So happy birthday. Again, like I said, this is kind of by the seat of my pants doing this one. I will come up with another idea. All right, so happy birthday. It's a cute little tag. Okay. If you wanted, you could actually make it this way and have it open that way. But yeah, so here are 2 cards for tonight. Sorry I can't do more. I do have to get downstairs because I'm sure my husband's getting antsy and then he wants to leave. So, all right. Take care. Have a great weekend. Spend your weekend with people that appreciate you and love you and that you love and appreciate. Life's too short to be stressed out with who you're spending your time with. So have a good time with people you care about. Love you all, and thank you so much for being here. I wouldn't be able to do this without all of you. Thanks again. Bye.